Libra, hey, what's going on, you all? My name is Antoine, and welcome to the channel. Libra, let's go ahead and jump right on into your love energies for mid to late February of 2026. So, what's going on for my Libras? Mid to late February 2026. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also, anyone who may be here that is connected to a Libra, this energy could be for you as well. The energy could be flip-flopped or mismatched, transposed, whatever you want to call it. All right. So just take it however it resonates. All right, Libra. What's going on for you mid to late February? Love song. Ooh. This feels very expressive, Libra. And I'm wondering if maybe during this time that some of you could be, diving into a little bit of your creative energies, you know, maybe getting some of your feelings, just, from out of your body, right? And actually into some sort of art form. And it doesn't necessarily have to be music per se, but, it could be, right? It could be music. It could be, the dancing to the music, choreography. It could be art, right? Like, well, painting, just whatever, just something, a way to express yourself, Libra. You're putting it out of you. Okay. You're making an outlet for that, whatever that energy is here. Okay. Let's look under the deck. Love story. Ah, Libra. So you're feeling it inspired, eh? Interesting. True love. Oh, there's that forbidden fruit card again, making a peek. Oh man. If you saw if you saw early February's message, then if you know, you know. Child, that forbidden fruit card was ooh. Anyway, love story, true love, love song, Libra. Libra, you've been definitely touched and like inspired lately to, like I said, express yourself based off of the experiences that you've been having. Listen, no lie. Even if it is that forbidden fruit from the last, early part of the month or whatever, even if it's that person, you know what I'm saying? Like you're, or was that person, because honestly, I hope you ended that. But, you know, anyway, either way though, if even if it was that person, right, you're expressing that, you're putting that out, you're getting that out of you, you're making an outlet for it. Okay. But that's one, that could be one for some of you, but for others of you, I do feel like it's more so this could be, Libra, hopefully you being inspired by someone new. Okay. Um, you also could just be inspired by like the love that you want to have. But it feels good. Let's go ahead and get some more cards on the table. What's going on for Libra? Late or mid to late February of 2026. All right, last shuffle, Libra. Okay. Okay. The Five of Cups. So it could quite possibly be about um, something that you lost, or someone that you lost, or a situation where you maybe felt as though you should have done something differently, or you could have done something differently. Hmm. Okay, Libra. I mean, well, it's a starting point. It's a healing point. You are getting all of that hurt and pain and maybe even regret, and like, you had to sit and take a loss, like literally on your chin, Libra, and you got to get that shit out of you. Like, you have to get it out of you. You have to express it. Okay. And I think that once you do, it opens the rest of your story up to have a brighter ending. If you start with the bad shit and get that out, it has no other way than to get brighter and happier as you move forward. Okay. And funny enough, that's actually a part of the optimism of the five of cups. Does strangely enough have like that optimism, right? Like juxtaposition to it. Look at me using big old words that I can't spell. But anyways, you understand my point. All right. Four of Swords. Yeah. You're taking a rest right now. I don't think that you're necessarily I don't think that you're necessarily inviting any new energies into you. Well, I didn't mean to say it that way, but yeah, it could be taken that way too. I don't think that you're inviting any new like energies into your spaces. Um, I think that right now, like energetically, spiritually, you're really, really closed off. You could be on a sabbatical. You know what I mean? You could just be in a state of just mental rest, like quite literally. All right. And you may be seeking, I think that you may be seeking some sort of like spiritual meaning in all of that as well, which again, to me, is a great first step from, you know, moving on from what was lost. All right. Now I got to sit there with it, you know? Hmm. This is, and then, in this time, this is when you're getting all of your best ideas. This is where you're getting all of your best ideas right here, Libra. When you lay down to rest. The sun. Oh, yes. Oh, Libra, yes. I knew that this reading was going to get progressively better, Libra, because what it is that you're healing from, the specific type of hurt that it is that you're trying to move on from and process, Libra, it's it's that type where it's like it happens in solitude, it happens in the quiet before it happens, you know, like on the outside, before you start to, I don't know, I guess before you start to feel that you really are happy, like for a moment, you're still kind of stuck in what it is that you lost. I don't know, hopefully that makes sense to somebody, but we have the Four of Wands. Wow. Mm. Okay, Libra, this could be you stepping through quite literally a new threshold. Some of you may be moving, okay, into a new home or may have moved into a new home. Um, I feel like okay, there's a particular type of success that you could have from this outlet that could contribute to you getting a new home. Um, I also feel like pertaining to this lost love that you had, um, Libra, this Four of Wands after this Four of Swords to me tells me that you're still going to do all the things that you wanted to do with that person, right? You're still going to do those things, okay? Whether that's you doing it alone or you doing it with someone new, with someone else. And that could be the doors that you walk through right there. It could be the threshold to that new uh, story with someone who's more energetically your equal. Under the deck, the Six of Swords. And it's like, Libra, honestly, it's like once you work through this energy, I see you like literally forgiving this person. Like once you put it out, once you get, once you like make the outlet for this energy and quite literally like shake it off of you in that way, I feel like you're able to move on. And it's like, I mean, I was gonna say no love lost, but I mean, there was actually love lost, quite literally. But it's like you're just able to forgive and move on. You don't forget, but you're able to forgive because you found a happier peace, like a happier level. I honestly feel like for some of you Libras, it's a little bit hard for you to see, but the sun is at the foundation of things, Libra. So it's like what I'm seeing is it's like you're already you're already at an advantage here. You're already at an advantage here. You just quite literally have to notice it. And it's like an advantage over who? And it's like, well, just an advantage in the fact that you're processing, you're doing the work that's necessary for your healing, and you're not keeping it in. You're getting it out. You're putting it out. You're putting it out into the open, even if that means, Libra, you're putting it out to be judged, and it gets judged. Okay, Libra. So what? And that could end up being how you actually end up meeting this newer and truer person. It's by you being open and being expressive and putting your feelings out into the open. All right. Yeah. Six of Wands. hmm Six of Wands energy right there, Libra. And, and it's coming up here like toward I kind of see this like it's like the recent past. So it's like it's like I just said, you were already at an advantage. You were already at an advantage. Um, Libra, you also have a lot of eyes on you. And I bet you didn't know that, did you? No, because you were, working on your spiritual and on your mental, you know, and maybe even in solitude. But all that time, I feel like, Libra, you've had some eyes on you. Now, with that being said, some of these eyes may be a little gel. You know what I mean, Libra? Of of whatever, Libra, and you might not even know. It's like, what they jealous of me for? I literally, have, just this and just that. But maybe that's exactly what it is that they want. But that's outside of the relationship aspect of things. Um, that's just, just people, right? Just people around you. Ooh, Ace of Cups. It's one of those people that's looking at you in admiration and seeing you for just this pure, fiery heart that you are, Libra. It's one of those people here in this Six of Wands here that wants to have success with you, or wants to have, a relationship with you, or at least wants to explore the idea of one. Especially now that, and it's like you putting your art out there is what got you noticed all along. And Libra, I feel like that person, whoever this is in this crowd, let's know if y'all can see those people. Whoever this is in this crowd, they're respectful, Libra, and they're waiting. They're waiting for you to, just signal some sort of, sign their way or whatever, that you're ready to be pursued again. Whether I think someone wants to pursue you, or at least they want to, get your attention and talk to you. But there's a possibility here that you could find love again, Libra. Well, but we already knew that. And before I even pull this next card, another thing I want to say is that Libra, you'll also end up finding that you're going to be operating from a more fulfilled emotional space because you took the time to heal, reflect, process, put it out, and it's like the universe, gave you something back for the energy that you put out. The Eight of Wands, and you did have the Eight of Wands in that other message as well. And the funny thing about that, interestingly enough, it's funny that it lands here because I think that what's going to end up happening here is that at the height of your happiness, at the height of your confidence, here comes that old thing, here comes Mr. Or Mrs. Forbidden Fruit again, coming back with communication and breadcrumbs. But, you know, it's literally not going to penetrate. Look, I'm think what I'm looking at right here is like I'm looking traditionally, right? These would have been arrows, right? And so the way I'm seeing it is these arrows trying to come down on your house, Libra. That communication trying to come down on your house, or trying to come down on you, but you're in the house, and so it doesn't harm you, right? This person is coming back, Libra, trying to make some communication with you because they know that whatever it was that you put out, right? Whatever art form that you released all that into, like now that it's out into the world and they've seen it, like they know that it's about them, right? They know. So what they're doing is they're trying to come back, and they got it in their twisted mind that, oh, Libra still wants me. Libra still likes me. They're writing music about me. Look, they're painting pictures about me. Look, they're, you know, whatever the fuck, Libra, that you do. They're gonna assume that you're doing it about them because they know. They know the ways that they hurt you. They know what the lyrics of that song mean. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they're going to come back and they're going to try to talk to you again, but I don't think that those words, just it's like blocked. You know what I mean? Like they're blocked. Or, their messages just don't get to your inbox or they just don't affect you. All right. Ooh, the high priestess. Yeah. Yeah, Libra. The high priestess. I like the high priestess right here in this position. Libra, this is like a, a inner wisdom that you can't explain, but you found it. It's been unveiled to you, and there's something quite magical about the way that you process your emotions and that you go through your healing journey in this time. There's a very magical essence to this, almost where it's like you kind of I'm not even gonna lie. Let me tell you what's coming to my mind. At the beginning of the movies, Sinners, where they're talking about like people who can like kind of pierce the veil of, you know, the of like life and death or whatever. But doing that through their art and through their talents, I feel like that is the energy that you tap into here, Libra, with the High Priestess. I'm not even gonna front with you, but you start off the message not necessarily knowing that you can do that yet, and it did progressively get better, like I predicted that it would. Imagine. Let me stop. Okay, under the deck, under the deck, Libra, we do have the Four of Cups. All right, Four of Cups energy, Libra. All that means to me is that I just don't think that you're going to be quite easy to fall in love with. I mean, like it's just it's a protection. Like I said, we do have the Four of Swords here, the Four of um, Wands here. Where's that Four of Pentacles? Oh, the Tower. Well, but you got three fours out here, Libra. And I get this feeling here, Libra, where it's like, there's this hesitation. It's not a no. It's just let me look at it a little bit. You know what I mean? Right? Let me inspect this cut. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you've had some rough goes, Libra. But in the end, I do believe that your path forward through your healing path is through your talents and through your spiritually, gifted abilities. Whatever was blessed upon you, whatever abilities were blessed upon you, in this lifetime, Libra, that's your healing space that you need to operate in. Okay. So I'll leave the message here. I don't want to get this too long. It's already 25 minutes long. All right, Libra, I'm going to go. Make sure that you hit the like button, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see y'all next month. Take care. Bye.